Fast hands at the kitchen line look like a gift. You watch someone block a hard speed-up that you didn't even see coming, redirect it cleanly, and stay completely unbothered while you're still processing what happened. And the natural conclusion is that they were just built differently. Quicker reflexes, better wiring, something you either have or you don't. That conclusion is wrong, and it's costing you. Because fast hands are not a genetic trait. They're a collection of specific habits around grip, motion, paddle position, and visual focus that almost nobody explains clearly. Fix these 5 things and your hands get faster. Not because your nervous system changed overnight, but because you stopped doing the things that were slowing you down in the first place. Let's go. 1. Your grip is too tight and it's slowing you down. Here's what happens at the kitchen line when a fast ball is coming at you. The instinct is to brace, to grip the paddle harder, to lock the wrist in the forearm and get ready for impact like you're about to take a hit rather than make a shot. It feels like control. It feels like the responsible thing to do when something fast is coming at your face. It's the opposite of control. A tight grip is the single biggest thing slowing your hands down. Here's why. Tense muscles are contracted muscles, and contracted muscles need to relax before they can move in a new direction. If your forearm is already squeezed tight when the ball arrives, your hand has to work against that existing tension just to start moving the paddle. You're fighting yourself before you've even responded to the ball. A relaxed hand has no such resistance. The muscles are available. The moment a signal arrives to move, they move immediately without first having to undo a grip that was clenched for no reason. This is the actual explanation behind something that looks almost magical. When you watch elite players at the net, their hands seem impossibly fast during close-range exchanges, and it's not because their muscles contract faster than yours. It's because their hands aren't fighting tension that doesn't need to be there. The grip is firm enough to control the paddle, but nowhere close to the white-knuckle squeeze most recreational players default to under pressure. Before your next kitchen exchange, check your grip pressure. If you can feel your forearm muscles working while you're just standing there waiting for the ball, you're gripping too hard. Loosen it. Keep just enough pressure that the paddle doesn't move in your hand. You'll feel slower for about 10 minutes, then you'll feel faster than you've ever felt at the net. 2. You're swinging when you should be blocking. At close range, inside the kitchen, in a fast exchange, there is no time for a full swing. None. A back swing takes the paddle away from the contact point, and at the distances involved in a kitchen battle, that's time you simply do not have. By the time a full swing comes back around to meet the ball has already gone past you or hit you. This is why fast hands are not about swinging faster. They're about not swinging at all. The shot you actually need at close range is a block, not a stroke. The paddle stays in front of your body, compact, almost still. There's no backswing because there's no time for one and no need for one. The incoming pace does the work. Your job is simply to present the paddle face at the right angle, absorb the contact, and redirect the ball back over the net with minimal additional motion from you. You're using the paddle as a wall, something the ball bounces off of with control. Rather than a weapon you're swinging at it, this is a completely different motor pattern than the one most players default to. Most recreational players, when a fast ball comes, instinctively try to hit it the way they hit everything else, with some kind of stroke, some kind of backswing, some intention to generate their own pace. And at close range, that instinct is exactly what makes them slow. There's no time for intention. There's only time for a stable surface and a quick, small adjustment. Practice this specifically. Have a partner fireballs at you from close range and force yourself to keep the backswing at 0. No wind-up, just the paddle, stable, redirecting. It will feel restrictive at first. It's actually the freedom that makes fast hands possible. And if you want to take your pickleball to the next level, check out the Pickleball Master Pack, a pack that includes the Elite Player Guide, a guide with technical and tactical tips, exclusive routines, and much more. The Become a PPA Tour Player Guide, where you'll learn how to become a pro pickleball player, a full 7 days fitness routine to take your fitness to the next level, and a prevention routine to prevent injuries and enhance recovery. This pack already helped hundreds of pickleball players. Get yours clicking the link in the description. Let's continue with the video. 3. Your paddle is too low between shots. This one is almost entirely about habit, and it's invisible until someone points it out. Watch your own paddle position between shots during a kitchen rally. For most recreational players, after they hit a ball, the paddle drifts down, toward the waist, sometimes lower. It feels natural, a kind of resting position between exchanges. That drift costs you real time on the next ball. If your paddle is at your waist and the next ball comes at your chest, your hand has to travel the entire distance from waist to chest before it can even begin to make the actual shot. That travel time is added directly onto your reaction time, and it happens before your hand has even started responding to the specific ball in front of you. You're not slow because your hand can't move fast enough. You're slow because your hand has further to go. Keeping the paddle up roughly at chest height in front of your body between every shot eliminates that wasted travel. The paddle is already close to wherever the next ball is likely to arrive. The distance your hand needs to cover shrinks dramatically, and because the distance shrinks, the time shrinks with it. You haven't gotten any faster physically, you've just removed the unnecessary travel that was disguising itself as slow reaction time. This is a positioning habit, not a hand speed habit, and it's one of the easiest fixes in this entire video. Between every shot at the kitchen, bring the paddle back up to chest height. Make it automatic. The ball that used to feel like it caught you off guard will start feeling manageable because your paddle was already most of the way there before it even left your opponent's strings. 4. You're reacting to the ball instead of the paddle face. Here's the sequencing problem behind most reaction time issues at the kitchen line. The ball is the very last thing that moves in the sequence that produces a shot. Before the ball moves, the paddle face has already changed angle. Before the paddle face changes angle, the body has already started to turn or load. There is information available well before the ball is actually in motion, and most players never look at it. If you're watching the ball, you are by definition watching the last piece of information in the chain. You're reacting to a decision that's already been finalized. If you're watching the paddle face instead, you're picking up the cue earlier, sometimes a fraction of a second earlier, which at close range is an enormous amount of time. An open paddle face, angled upward at the moment of contact, is going to produce a ball that travels up. A flat or closed face keeps it low and driven. The angle of approach, the position of the wrist, the way the shoulder is loaded, all of this is visible before the ball leaves the strings, and all of it tells you something about where the ball is headed and how fast. Training this is mostly a matter of where you choose to focus your eyes. During practice, deliberately watch your partner's paddle face rather than tracking the ball the moment it appears. It will feel strange because your instincts are pulling your eyes toward the ball constantly. Override that. The paddle face is the early warning system. The ball is just confirmation of what the paddle already told you. In this video, I show you the skills you need to become an elite pickleball player. I recommend you watch after this one. 5. Fast hands are built with repetition, not talent. Everything in this video so far has been about removing things that slow your hands down. Tension, unnecessary swings, wasted paddle travel, late visual cues. This last one is about actually building speed. And it has nothing to do with genetics. Your nervous system gets faster at specific tasks through repeated exposure to those exact tasks. The first time you face a fast ball at close range, your brain has no stored pattern for it. It has to process the situation from scratch, see the ball, evaluate the speed and angle, decide on a response, send the signal to your hand. That whole sequence takes real time because nothing about it is familiar. After you've faced that same situation many times, something changes. The brain has a stored pattern now. It recognizes the shape of what's happening almost instantly because it's seen this before. The decision-making step shortens. The whole loop from seeing the ball to moving the paddle compresses. This isn't a metaphor. It's how pattern recognition works in any trained skill, from typing to driving to sports. Repetition at the specific task builds speed at that specific task. This means the only real path to faster hands is deliberately practicing close-range exchanges at speeds that currently feel uncomfortable. not occasionally, regularly. A partner firing balls at you from the kitchen line faster than feels manageable while you focus on staying loose, blocking instead of swinging and keeping the paddle up between reps. It will be messy at first. Balls will get past you that wouldn't get past someone with more reps in this exact situation. That's the process working, not a sign you lack talent. Do it consistently and the discomfort fades, not because the balls got slower, because your nervous system caught up. So there it is. Loosen the grip so your hands aren't fighting tension before they even move. Block instead of swing. There's no time for a backswing at close range, only a stable surface and a small redirect. Keep the paddle up at chest height so you're not adding unnecessary travel time to every shot. Watch the paddle face, not the ball, because the paddle moves first and tells you everything before the ball confirms it. And put in the reps at uncomfortable speeds, because that's the only thing that actually trains your nervous system to react faster. None of this requires talent you don't have. It requires removing the habits that were slowing you down and replacing them with reps that build real speed. If one of these is going straight into your next session, drop it in the comments. And if you want to keep seeing pickleball broken down the way it actually works, subscribe to the Pickleball Dude. See you in the next one.